Guys, okay, so today I am extremely bearish for some reason, and I want to share that with you guys. So we're talking about Bitcoin more downside, and the scary reality of what I shared with you guys at the beginning of the week was that although we were bullish here, so the argument is I want to see price drive, we barely went to the supply zone and we're already selling down a little bit lower. So I want to explore the reality of what a lower low could look for in Bitcoin and how that then can be exploited as a day trader. Remember, none of what I'm saying today has any bearing on the HODL portfolio or anything else out there. Okay, so let's get into this chart. So in order to do this, I want to then zoom out. I'm going to leave it on the 4 hour, but I want to zoom out and I want to show you guys why I think that we're going to dive into the 80s, 88, 87, and so forth, looking at today's bearish idea. When we looked at the original trading range from a 4-hour point of view, it's easy to start it off like this, saying that that is where support was, okay? That is where resistance was, and Bitcoin had an immensely powerful move, the immensely powerful move, ETF rally from 38 to 72. And what is evident here is once you start breaking this initial move, the market always going to find a reason to try and fill the gap. So it left an imbalance behind, and that imbalance is normally drawn and shown like this. There we go. So one can argue from there to there was an insane imbalance, and what it wants to do is it wants to go to the imbalance before continuation. Now, imbalance can also be supported by the idea that I want to do a hidden bullish divergence trade, meaning it would typically be my gone for strategy, okay, that I share in the Discord. And the argument is then that this would be your buy zone from a hidden bullish divergence, okay, buy box, and that be your invalidation, because that will delete the hidden bullish divergence. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's a viable way of looking at it from a trader point of view, because what is the risk? What is the cost to my account if I want to do that? Well, typically, if I take the top of the zone and I pull it right back, that's a 25% retrace. Come on, you can't leverage that. I know that. But it's a good way to look at the higher time frame to help you set narratives for how you're going to trade. Now, why am I showing you guys this? And let's take away this and let's take away that. The reality of where we're facing and why I'm so extremely bearish is that if you look at how we got to this imbalance, okay, the journey that Bitcoin had to take to do that, there's a few things that a few steps that I just want to highlight and then go and push that through to where we are now. Okay, first step being, okay, we create a local low, but because we are from a larger time frame looking at higher weekly time frames, okay, as soon as I scale this up to the weekly, there's a reason I was bearish at that moment. Come on, where's my chart? At $5,000. What's wrong with TradingView today? Okay, so if I look at this, there was a reason we were bearish because, sorry, not on the weekly, on the daily time frame, we had a slowdown in momentum with divergence, but none of these lows was really in the overbought condition. So remember, waves start there, they end there, then they go back down to these areas and they go there. So what we had was, in the beginning, we were still mid-range. So it's easy to say that this is range lows, be bullish at the bottom, be bearish at the top, but you don't really have an RSI convincing me or being convincingly oversold, saying that that could potentially be a real bottom. And now the journey that happened from this point on was that the market then goes back to the range highs, okay, finds a reason to reject, and then goes and puts in a test on the range lows. And that means that range highs still stay there. Range lows now get tested. So I'm going to use this area here when the divergence was there and Bitcoin was at range bottoms. And if I put the 50% fib on there, you can see that now we're fighting and rejecting and then the establishment of the new trend. Okay, so where am I getting with this? Okay, we're currently either here or here. And if we're here, then we're not going to fill the imbalance. And that's the bullish thesis that I have. But today we're talking bearish. So I'm suggesting that for today's video, consider that we're here. So if I look at this entire price action, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to use this green line, and I'm going to draw in the trend there. So I'm just going to move it into the bottom there. Take away the RSI real quick. Okay, so are we trending? Are we still in an uptrend? Where is that? It's there. So you can see that from this point of view, we're still very, very early. And it means that this still needs to potentially happen. So testing in range lows kind of makes sense if we lose the trend. What if we hold the trend and it does this, just another leg to the upside? That's that unknown, okay? And therefore, we have to always, as traders, kind of think in how we can fail. But let's leave that for a later discussion. So if this is the case, where we are now, we've broken trend, we're about to go and test range lows, because from the daily to 4-hour time frame, what have we done up till now? This brings me to the chart. What have we done up till now? Up till now, we have not made a higher high. Okay, not made a higher high, even on however you would want to draw this. There's a million ways how traders are and technical analysts are going to be drawing these lines. The fact of the matter is, Bitcoin just doesn't have it in it to make the higher high yet. Okay, and if that is the case, what needs to happen? We need to go test for what is now the potential range lows. So it's fair to assume that within my alts, I'm still going to be bullish. Okay, because when you're bullish at range lows. But if we fail, that's why the narrative for the short was shared with you guys Tuesday. Because if this fails, this is the first area of where we could short, and this is going to be the area where you need to build. So from a 4-hour potential, I would say any retrace that we find within the next day, if you didn't get your entry in, because clearly we didn't tag that box clearly, okay? If you didn't get your entry in, and let's just take away all the squibbles. If ever you know why my Twitter handle is the chart artist, now you know I draw, okay? So we didn't tag that box, okay? So if for today, any pullback into this area, I would consider anywhere here, 97,000 as a short area to try and drive price back down there. Okay, and that's the whole analysis. That's prepare for more downside. So in short, wait for a little bit of upside, wait for the imbalance. This will now happen on the 15 minutes. If you go 15 minutes, wait for the imbalance, and then try and trade that there. Okay, so guys, today's video is brought to you by Bybit. Let's quickly just say thanks to Bybit. And you can support my content, help keep it free. Well, what you need to do is just open your Bybit account. And then if you go to my Discord, very simple, links to everything is in the video description. You can go to partnerships, okay? And you can use the Bybit to get special access to stuff. But there's more. You can actually go to the buddy indicator, and you can get the buddy indicator with the Bybit sponsorship. So get your Bybit account, okay? When you click on it, once you've signed up, there's just a repeat of everything you need to do. Once you signed up, you can enter your Bybit user ID there. That's all you do. And Bybit will, the bot that Bybit built will assign the link. It will go check your account, see if it's true, will assign the link, and it will give you the buddy indicator. Okay, now what does the buddy indicator do? Let me quickly share you. The buddy indicator I designed considering all my trading strategies. And the argument is that although it's so easy to get confused whether you need to be bullish or bearish, what you need to do, the indicator takes away the guessing. So what it does is it proposes, like a signal service would, setups for you so you can trade, okay? I suggest never go below the 8-minute on Bitcoin. Maybe the 5-minute can still work. And then on altcoins, don't go below 15-minute, because then the RSI and the volatility of those coins, remember, they're like a stable, a spot coin on leverage altcoins. They're crazy. I mean, you can see ETH went up 10% yesterday, Bitcoin only 3%. They're crazy, these alts. So you have to be on a higher time frame. But what it then does is it gives you suggestions for trade entries between the purple. So that one missed, okay? That one missed. This one went and missed TP1. But on its way there, it stopped you out, okay? But gave you 2 more suggestions to enter between purple. and those went to TP1, their TP1s respectively, and almost TP2. The same then, it tried to go long again on a hidden bullish divergence, which failed this morning, okay? And then it gave you the momentum short play a little bit earlier. So it gave you, say, go short there between the purple, TP1, TP2, TP3, okay? There's a continuation for the short entry again. So it's telling if it wants to go lower, you could have entered, and you can no longer enter because we passed the purple line. As soon as you pass the purple line, and maybe what I need to do just for today's stream is just make this purple line light. Maybe let's make them light so that you can see it a little clearer. Okay, I should have pressed OK. Sorry, guys. Entry, do like that, and entry like that. Let's do that. Okay. Why is it not overriding the color? That's weird. Okay, trading view and its glitches. Okay, so that's the whole idea. So this one could still potentially go TP1, TP2, TP3. And then from the bullish scenario, what it's giving you is it's saying that this is a buy zone, and it can go higher to 96. And then ultimately where my analysis is for today, 97.8 to 97.3, where I think the next short would be. Okay, so the buddy indicator helps you navigate the markets by scalping, giving you these entries with a really good risk to reward ratio, guys. And this is the key here. The risk to reward is always where it's at. So the closer, the deeper you manage to get your entry, the more profitable the ratio would be. So this has got a risk to reward ratio of, where you have it, 3.5, okay, on a breakout trade. Now, your SO2s, these are extremely profitable. So they'll have a risk to reward ratio of probably around 7 to at least 9. Depends on how deep your entry goes, okay? How close you get to invalidation on the entry. And if that one would have gone to TP3, there's your 9. Okay. So it means if you risk $100 and it hits TP3, you've made $1,000. Okay. That's how profitable this could be. Like I said, just the scary thing is sometimes the market with these kind of setups, they run away with you. So if this one just wicked down a little bit lower there, there's your SO2, and that one would have hit TP3. Okay. Now, if you have the buddy indicator on a trial and you don't see the lines anymore, TradingView has a limit of how many lines it can show. So all you need to do is just hit that replay button, bring this back a little bit, whoops, and then your lines will reappear. See, there's where you would have entered, okay? TP1, TP2, and then later on TP3. Okay, it's as simple as that, guys. And this plus a hell of a lot more available if you support this content. Get your link there. And if you already have a Bybit account, you can always open a new one and just transfer the KYC. It takes about 5 minutes, and then your account will be affiliated under this, and you can get the benefits. Okay. During the day and the afternoons, I trade live, and if you have a Bybit account, you can actually join the public live trade, as well as you'll be able to chat and post charts and talk in the Discord if you're affiliated. Simple as that. Thanks so much for taking the time, guys. This afternoon stream, HODL-wise, we're going to be looking at some. I gave you guys exit signals earlier the week, okay, saying that what if and how to plan. And one of those exit signals was Cardano leading into the 80-something range. It's still on its way. So the alts are still showing some signs. So we need to discuss these exit signals. And I just want to reconfirm the strategy with you guys, how to exit your ass, because if Bitcoin's going to go to 80, you need to ladder out on some of your alts if you haven't taken profit on them, okay? And this is typically where I would do that, or how I would do that. And we'll go through a couple of your coins. So if you want your coin listed in the content, reply it in today's stream, whether it's on Twitter or in YouTube, and I will see to that I try and work through them through the Discord. In addition to that, those in the Discord will be looking at those as well. I've got the whole investment section where I share my charts and all the stuff there. Dedicated question section where you can ask questions, and I do video content answering for you there, as well as proper educational videos available for those in the Discord. And all these unlock when you have the affiliation roles. Okay, there you have it, guys. Have a lovely day. Thanks for taking the time. I know that it's a somber day. Nobody likes to watch videos regarding your coins when somebody's telling you that they're going to go down. But the reality is that any good move to the upside deserves a move to the downside. And you're in a scenario where this long could potentially fail, and we could see Bitcoin running and rushing down a little bit lower during the day. So use the indicator. It simplifies this. And there's the bullish scenario for that short-term long. You know, Buddy's telling you on the 4-hour, we could still do this before we migrate back to a 97 area where resistance is. So there's still room for a lot, okay? So, yeah, use the indicator. It takes away the guessing and helps you. You have a lovely day, guys. Thanks so much for joining in, watching the content. All those regulars, let's maybe just go to the comments and say hi to the guys. So if you're new in the chat, 555. For those that are new, all the OGs, just give me a 777, lucky number 7. Today we're going to be making a killing on trading. We have to. I've been taking a punishment the last few days. So statistically, the odds has to be in my favor. Okay. So I'm looking for this long. I think the entry triggered. Yes, the entry triggered. And hopefully ETH is going to adhere to this momentum and give me my TP at 2.7. So fingers crossed. And I'm back to the Discord now. I'm going to join these guys and we're going to take the trade a little bit further. And typically what I do is I share my screen like that. Oops. And then everybody, we trade and move things together. So that's how it works. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye-bye.